Hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a 33-degree Monday, the 2nd of February. It is 47 out here now, because the skies were all clear last night, and it gets cold, and then boom, rains come in, here comes the warmth. It's crazy, the difference that clear skies and cloudy skies can give. But anyway, it's Monday fun day. Let's roll on down to the Vanchulo land and bust out a workday. Yo, come on, look. Well, imagine that, Mama. It's the same temperature here in Vancouver as it was when we left Toledo.
Yeah.
We're same. What you think on that?
And that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Mama?
Yes, sir.
The work week has started again.
I know it, little bugger.
I know. That weekend kind of flew right by.
It did. It just didn't seem like we had a weekend.
I know. Just went whoop.
Mm-hmm.
She gone.
Yep.
Mama?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Monday at work.
Yeah.
Have yourself an awesome day, and I'll see you as the day goes on.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Love you. See you. Bye.
I love you, baby.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So before I start breaking into this, I had to, I grabbed the V800, the new, would be the MPI-4 is what they were originally calling it, but they dumped that name somewhere along the way. But before I get on this bad boy, I gotta do an oil and filter change on this 2018 F3. I think this thing's probably been, and I'd hate to think how many videos, quite a few. The seat, everybody asks about the seat. It's a thing he had specially built for his back. But regardless, that boy's out riding. But let's get an oil and filter change and send him on his way, and we'll get back to the big task at hand here. Let's get the oil and filter. I gotta do it on the ground. As I was telling you, it's not a customer weight. I thought it was a customer weight. I was telling you guys Friday, but I have to move all that, find a place to put all the stuff on the bench, and use that rack, because that, until the headset's on there, is not movable. I mean, I could disconnect the cable and drag it off. Then you gotta get several people down here to drag it back on, because she's not live, which is doable. But she's not gonna run until the headset's back on it, or the fairing. Anyway, let's get this thing knocked out. Welcome to the workday. This may be a little rough on the microphones. This puppy is loud, and it's running crazy rich, because you put a pipe that's not meant for it. The system realizes something's wrong, so it defaults to a rich setting. Yeah, because there's nothing to compensate for it, so it's outside of its perimeter, so it just defaults to a rich mapping mode to save itself. I kicked my shield down just a little bit today. That windshield's blowing it directly in my eyes. There's that car. Wham! That's brutal. So everything with this gal, everything's all good. No codes, or she's a happy gal. This gentleman and his wife, they've been customers for eons. They are just the nicest couple. They always bring their units in when they're due for their services and whatnot. Praying for bugs or weeds or something. Come on, Dodge. You gonna give me? Yep. You gonna give me caught with the other guy here? Got to get back to that RT. Get that thing done. I got the plugs, the coolant. Oh yeah, still got to wire in his GPS as well. I'll do that. Well, I guess before I put the fairing on, I could do some preliminary stuff, because they'll have to run down the handlebar. That'd be nice to make a real clean run. So that he gets a nice keyed hot power source. Sorry, little poochie, don't mean to scare you. The F3-S's, which is what this is, they're such a riot. Rattle some windows in the apartments here. I don't know if the UP or Amazon guy seen me, but he seen the car. I think he was looking that way. I don't think he even looked my way. Just be ready for anything. I look like Maddie. You remember her? That dog was crazy. She kept running with the coyotes. And as you guys know, that never ends well. I'm trying to be as easy as I can on this thing to try to keep the noise down, but between it resonating back off of the windshield and bouncing around inside my helmet, this may be a wash. That's why I'm trying not to talk too much, because I'm afraid you're not going to hear me. It'll just be a ride of an F3 running. Imagine what this thing's like if you just pin it. It's got to be piercingly loud. I don't think the rain is going to come back until Friday. I think we're done. But when it kicks in Friday, the weekend is like 95 and 90%. It always has to be the worst on the weekends. Although Saturday, man, 61 degrees. That felt so good. Just romping around on the old Himalayan. Just enjoying a nice motorcycle ride. That felt so good. Yeah, I was saying at one point I couldn't even concentrate on what to say. It was just a sensory overload. You're just thinking of, springtime and what's going to go on with Harley, what's going to go on with Can-Am, our ride coming up this year. Man, hope we're going to have enough vacation time to even do this. Number one, How in the world we're going to afford it? The Harley thing, luckily, is pretty much all paid for. Even the meals, unless you want extra stuff, you know. I think you get three meals a day, and Kelly and I, we don't usually eat anything in between meals anyway, so. But I tell you what, that wasn't fun, doing an oil change on this thing. Old, round, rolling around on the ground. I got her done. Took me way longer than it should have. Checking the brakes and all that stuff, you know, getting down there, and he's got those solid disc wheels, so you got to play all these tricks with little mechanics mirrors to see what's going on, because you just can't see in there. Boom, 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 boom. I wonder if he's in there. He probably is. I love all that moss on the side. So cool looking. Very Pacific Northwest looking. As my mom used to say, and I guess I'll find out firsthand, is the Pacific Northwest. She always said it reminded her of the Pacific of Ireland. Because when she moved here and married my dad, that was in South Carolina, from there to Alabama, from there to Texas. She just lived in heat, which she wasn't used to. Well, hello there, see the sky. Almighty. So she moved up here, and it was like a dream world. She loved all the rain, all the green. I think my little area, she's kind of pinned off. That's the way it's been. Every time I see people today, they have little poochies with them. Ooh, that's loud, bouncing off of that building. I hope this thing gains down with all that noise. I have a feeling I'm gonna throw this thing in the editor and look at the audio, and it's gonna be pegged in red the whole way. See a car waiting like that, it makes me think something's coming from that other side. They're waiting to pull out. But 2018 F3-S, thanks for coming along for the rip. Oh, I just realized something. You're looking through a black shield, you probably need to see anything. All right, I'm gonna roll. So this is the goal, to get down to the spark plugs. I've shown you this before. 3 coil sticks. And I've got 3 brand new Sparky plugs, the fairing, the tub, the rear seat, floorboards. I just take them off. It makes the side panels easier to take off. And this is the air box that you're taking off. The nice thing at this point is I can take the take because replacing the air filter is part of the deal. I can take the air filter out and blast the inside of the air box and just make sure there's nothing from here to here, because this is going into the motor. Just make sure this is absolutely clean. That's interesting. No, I thought I felt dirt in there. It's like the filter's not that bad that it's sucking dirt. But anyway, allows you to clean that. But I need to blow all that off. And before you blow it off, you get yourself... What I do is I take a microfiber and I roll it up in a way that it goes in here and just looks like a rolled up sock. Boom. Sitting in there. See if there's feel anything in that. No, there's nothing getting through. I swear I felt dirt on that intake track. If it's there, it's getting here. But those air filters, I mean, the way they fit in there, they're tight as a cog, not going to... Oh, here's a really good look at your water pump. And it literally unbolts off the side of the head. And it's being ran, I don't remember if it's an intake or exhaust cam, but there's a gear that rides off of one of the cams and turns the water pump. So when you take these things out, you know, whenever you take these Oetiker clamps off, they're a one-use clamp. I mean, you can't reuse them because they're pinched. You know, remember I was talking about the oil line recall on my old Street Glide, and what they wanted to know is that one's actually, well, I guess that's fine. You can over pinch those things down. It takes Oetiker clamp pliers to do it. But you need all them Oetiker clamps. And then you'll definitely get the one for the bottle, because it's the bottle goes to a worm gear clamp. It's the only one that's there. And you'll need to just take that hose out to get that bottle out. Now, ideally, this is the perfect time to change the bottle. And you'll see it's like this. There's the upper and lower piece of this bottle. It's that seam right there, and I don't know what happens. Either the glue weakens, or I don't know if they're like welded together. I'm not sure how they're assembled, but it is the upper and lower half, and it's in that seam where they leak. And you'll see that white, it looks like pink battery acid, will be all over the place. And of course it drips down, gets on your A-arms, and you'll see it all over the place if the bottle's leaking. But because that's a pressured bottle, number one, heed the warning that it's, you know, hot. It has to be cool, 13 psi cap. So anyway, make sure everything's cool before you make an adjustment with your coolant. But besides that, if that thing's leaking, it is an air leak, and the system can't hold its pressure. And when they don't hold the pressure, they'll run hotter. So you could possibly get an overheat warning if the coolant bottle or reservoir is leaking, because it could leak enough that you're losing a cooling pressure, and that does make them run warmer. Usually when they overheat, it's the pump has failed or something like that. Usually the pump, I think Ryan, my son, had one pump that actually failed. I had one that failed, but the guy had done some modifications because he was convinced that it should run as hot as his old twin that he had. And he ended up mixing green coolant with the orange coolant and plugged some things up and burnt the thing down. It got so hot that it ruptured something. There was some webbing or something in the pump and actually ruptured it. And he said the water was pouring out as fast as he could pour it in. Well, he'd burn it up. Just blew the head gasket. Motor was junk. BRP ended up replacing the motor. And then a really cool guy, used to be the president of the local club, ended up buying the bike that got the new motor put in it. It didn't have hardly any miles on it. And I think the guy took a trip to Sturgis. That was his first ride with it. And he tried to do some modifications on it, and that tapped into the CAN bus, and the way he had done it, and caused all kinds of problems, burnt the motor down. Crazy. But anyway, block off my throttle body, blow all that junk around the cylinder head there, or valve cover, and get those plugs replaced. That's a long ways down into those spark plugs. I'll just give you an idea. You know, we jokingly say the spark plug's underneath the cylinder. That's how deep the spark plugs are down inside there. That far. That's crazy. But I like seeing that, I mean, the thing's running really, really clean. And brand new spackies. You're supposed to use some 111 Dow Corning grease around the tops of the plugs. There's your coil packs. And I'll put everything in the same hole. Of course, spark plugs, they're new, so they're going into a new hole each time. But anyway, that's it. Going back together. Now reverse. While I'll get the spark plugs back in, so that's all sealed off. And while that's off, I will deal with draining the coolant. While this is all open, it's just easier to deal with it now, and then just top it off, you know, once you get it going, and let it heat cycle. But I don't see where they got me an Oetiker clamp. I need the Oetiker clamp because there is no drain on these. You drain this lower hose that's underneath there. You got to pop a little panel out. Anyway, you dump it from there. I think my little whiff forgot to add that Oetiker clamp to it, but I'll look that up for her and get that once I get it pulled off and draining. Ah, dang! There's my balled up sock. Just take a microfiber, just make sure it fits in there tight, and then blow everything, above it and around it, because you don't want to be leaning on something and make something up here loose fall down into a spark plug hole. So blow everything off around it, not just around the head by itself. Anything that could fall. You wouldn't believe the stuff that flew, you know, mostly bug remnants and stuff. But anyway, clean around the area as well. You don't want to cause something up top to fall down, go in the spark plug hole. If you guys wondering where you drain the coolant, you drain it from that lower radiator hose right there, and you take this panel out, which is in that corner, and let her drain. So as you can see, 4 quarts comes out of this thing, and I don't know why. I think something they use up there. I've got 5 quarts. I better look down there and make sure. Oh, there was no Oetiker clamp, I remember. I can look on the RO too. There's my fuel filter. You buy the kit from BRP, it comes with the Oetiker clamps. So fuel filter gets replaced. And it's not too terribly bad on these things. She's gonna wedge fit down in there. So you just unbolt stuff. It'll all make sense to you as you start taking it apart. A little frustrating because of the tight fit, and you know, one of the hoses goes around the oil cooler. It's tight. It's not as easy as older ones that were sitting there, but it's very well secured in there. Make sure you get your ground straps and stuff for your tank and stuff all put in the same spot. But yeah. Anyway, you go up there and get an Oetiker clamp, seal this thing back up, and fill her back up, and we'll go from there. Fuel filter, evap pre-filter, which I talked about the other day, which is one screw is easy to get to, the other one, yeah, you learn a new vocabulary. So I've got 3 of what should be 4 in there. You want to go slow. It's to a point that's now filling up. You fill it up and it'll drop just above the hose fitting there, and just pour a little bit in, let it go, let it go. So I wait and I just fill it up almost to the low line, which is the cold line, Where you fill it is too, actually it says it on the top there. So if you shake it and you see it just above that lip, you know, looking from the top when everything's together, when it's cold, that's the full mark when cold. And when it's running, it should not, and it's at full temp, it should not exceed the hot mark. If it exceeds that, that's where you get stuff coming out of the overflow hose. So I'll let that sit overnight. I put the light on there because I like seeing the bottle as I'm going along here and seeing where I'm at. Because if you overfill them, you create a vapor lock inside there. Now you're going up, you know, trying to lift the right front wheel, you know, 15 feet in the air, like you're flying a wheel and about to tip over. It has to go up there. Bike needs to be facing up and kicked over. We got a spot on the ramp that'll get it. I've shown videos in the past where I had one stuck and I was out there, and you know, you got to watch the temperature, you know, pay attention to everything, and you reach in and massage the hoses that you can get a hold of, and try to burp it, and all of a sudden those go whoom. I'll say shoo. It'll suck the coolant out of the bottle. Now you top it off and you know, let it run till the bottle starts to rise a little bit, and cap it off, and just let it go through a few heat cycles, then let it cool completely down, and top the bottle off after that. So anyway, I have those two filters finished topping this thing off and reassembling the thing, put it all back together. And going back together is always easier, it seems like. I don't know why. I don't know, I think you're thinking too much and you're trying to be organized and make sure your little piles of bolts are, you know, make sense to where they go. And like I said, I got the new air filter in there. Cleaned the box out. There's all kinds of stuff. I even had rocks coming out of the box. And that'll be it. I'll have a 28K done. It takes me forever because of all the interruptions I get. Every once in a while I get someone to make a comment, goes, dude, you know, my dealer I can drop it off and pick it up that afternoon. Well, I'm not that young kid flying through, you know, taking shortcuts and, you know, forgetting things. I take my time because I don't have to be in a rush. It's easier to do everything right. And this guy spoke to me, and he's taken another. Last year he took a 16,000 mile? I think that's what he said. Trip last year. Starts off with taking a run to a wall, and then, geez, that boy goes for a ride. But he's doing that again this year. So I need to make sure everything is like perfect. So fresh coolant, fresh filters, fuel, 2 airs. One is a evap air, but it's an air filter. And yeah, so that'll be that for that. And we're gonna roll out and head for the homestead here in about 20 minutes. Like I said, it looks like it's gonna be dry until Friday. So we'll at least get it out and take a spin around the block. And anyway, so that bottle is, she's probably, I don't think I hardly took anything out of that. Yeah, I didn't, because it's yep, look how much it's already going down. So just let her sit. And what it's doing is bleeding past the weep hole, so to speak, in the thermostat. And you get going too fast and you end up with an air pocket in there, and man, it is a fighter. It's crazy. But anyway, we're gonna roll with that. Probably made a very long video today. Well, hello there, YouTube. That was a busy day today. Mama said she was really slow up top.
Yeah.
I went up there.
Projects.
Yeah, she definitely had projects. I think I went up there once to, I went up to get cider, and then I went back up to get the Oetiker clamp for that radiator hose that I have to unleash to drain the coolant. And other than that, I didn't go up.
Busy little
Staying
soul.
busy. I got spiders all around me. Some left with an F3 left right at the end of the day. And so he came picked up. Didn't get to see him say hey. A few more times. But anyway, I guess you've seen everything else. It's going to roll with that.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same Smoak time, same Smoak channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Tuesday or Wednesday.
Heck yeah. All right.
See you in the morning.
See you in the morning. Appreciate you watching now. Bye-bye.